Hi, it's Liz from Stoke Haunted, and I thought I'd just let you know my thoughts on tomorrow's investigation. It is a new investigation for Stoke Haunted. We've not actually investigated here before, and from what I understand, no other paranormal team has either. It has got some reported activity in the cottage, which is adjacent to the main building, and this is obviously very old. There's certain bedrooms where there has been reported activity, so it will be brilliant if we can obviously capture any of that. There's also reported activity in the bar area, and particularly in the restaurant. People have seen a lady frequenting one of the seats, and obviously asked about her, and only to find that she's disappeared. So again, it's going to be really good. I've got high hopes for this venue because of the history and also because of the known activity. So, you know, I can't say a lot more. From a mediumship perspective, you know, I'll obviously try and communicate with any spirit that comes forward. And obviously we'll let you know our findings on the footage on the usual way. So again, if you want any information or you want to ask us anything, drop us a Facebook message or private message us, and obviously I'll speak soon. Stay safe.
Hi everyone, it's Handy, and just thought I'd let you know my thoughts on tomorrow's investigation. Myself, Claire and Jay had a walk around a recce around the building last week, and it was quite an interesting walk around, to be perfectly honest. Nice building, nice landlord, seems a very nice venue. In fact, they're so impressed with what they've seen on our past investigations that they're thinking of giving it as a residency, so that should be quite nice. I've not checked up on any of the history, although I've heard some. Leave that for the other guys who are better at doing that sort of thing than me. Also attached to the venue is a cottage which they rent out during holiday periods for people to spend their vacation there. So we've also been invited to investigate that building, which should be a novel thing for us to have two venues or two investigation venues on one site. So looking forward to tomorrow. Again, it's unusual for us to do an investigation on a Friday, but it's easier for everybody on this occasion to do another investigation on the Friday. It suits everybody better. So stay tuned. I'll be posting the video as soon as I physically can, and you'll get an idea of what the investigation was like. So please add, rate and subscribe to the videos, and we appreciate everyone that follows us on Facebook and other social media networking sites. This is Andrew wishing you a good day, good evening, good night, whichever it may be. Catch you later. Bye.
Hi, it's Jason, paranormal investigator for Stoke Haunted. I went to see the recce on the pub that we're going to on Friday. Myself and another member both walked into a room in the pub, and we both said at the exact same time it was a bit of a weird feeling as you walk through the door. It was like a gateway, and it was like stepping back 50 years. It was just a little bit odd, to say the least. I picked up a few weird feelings in the pub in certain places, mainly in the back room and near the kitchen. Really looking forward to getting in there. It's going to be the team's first investigation in there, in the pub and in the accommodation next door. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any accommodation on the recce, but from what I've been told from the landlord at the pub, and what we were all told from guests staying in there and waking up the next day saying feeling a bit weird because they could hear horses all night. So yeah, can't wait to get in there. Should be fun. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's me again. I'm kind of pent up. I thought I'd share my thoughts and feelings with regards to the premises that we're going this weekend. The venue is called the Wagon and Horses, and it's on Manchester Road. I initially came across this building by chance, really. My husband drives past it nearly every day, and he happened to mention that they were doing some fireworks display or something like that, and would we like to take the kids? And I thought, it's somewhere different, we'll go. I've never seen the place before now, or if I had driven past, I've never paid much attention. Now, from the outside, it seemed unremarkable is kind of maybe not a nice word, because it does look quite well kept and things like that, but it didn't sort of draw me in and say come in like some of the properties have that I've secured before. However, when we first walked into the premises, I didn't have my Stoke Haunted hat on. I wasn't intending to work. I wasn't even intending to broach the subject of anything paranormal on that evening. But you initially walk into the entrance, and it's like a little porch. It's got the plaque on with like the notice board kind of thing where they put what the meals are and things. And it's very warm, very enticing, and from the outside I certainly wouldn't have dated it as far back as 1899, or it must have gone further back than that. It was a picture actually in the porch that is dated 1899, and you can clearly see both buildings in there. Anyway, I'll get back on track. I walked into the porch and it was nice, it felt modern, it felt warm. But as soon as I opened that second door, which leads into the main part of the public house, I was kind of hit by a very masculine kind of feeling about the place. It felt like it was supposed to be a gentleman's domain, a hunter's gentleman's domain, and that kind of was justified. I think it was verified through the fact that the banners that go around the room are horse and hunts. You've got your hunting dogs pictures everywhere, and it is definitely very, very masculine. Now, I sat down with my family quite close to an open fire. I thought, well, that looks really nice, and it was cold, so we warmed ourselves up. And then I don't know what it was. I decided to get up and go over to the bar and speak to the lady behind there. It didn't go down too well with my family, but I thought I would, there was something drawing me over to her to ask about paranormal. And when I went over, I introduced who I was and what I did, which normally puts people off, or you get jokes or things. But they were she was just very open. And then it came out eventually that there was lots of paranormal reports relating to the building. One of the mystery lady who sits at table 2 in the dining space often appeared as a full apparition and appeared to be an everyday public house attendant, really. So much so that she was mistaken for not being served by the chef. Also, there is lots of reports of the usual things like putting things down, you're going back and you've only been in that space, going back and it's gone, and you search everywhere, and then you come across it again, and it's exactly where you left it, which is where you looked in the first place. So there's lots of toying, it seems. Now, the pub has a separate cottage, which is less than 100 metres away from the furthest wall of the pub, and the cottage is a bed and breakfast, so it kind of acts as two businesses as one. And the landlady spoke to me about this, and she says, well, yeah, we've had these reports. In particular, there was, she asked a lady, one of the people that had stayed in the cottage, she asked, "Oh, did you have a good night?" And the usual banter that, you know, a host would possibly give. And the lady said, "Yes, we had a good night, but didn't get any sleep." And when she was asked why, was it anything wrong, she says, no, so just whoever it was in the room above me was pacing all night and they were noisy. And the landlady didn't say anything to the woman who was leaving, but later confessed that there was nobody in the room above, which is labelled as room 6. So I'd be very, very interested if we could get into there. You know, we could see if we could try and find out who it is that's pacing, why they're pacing, and for it to be kind of persistent throughout a night. Now, I don't know if it happens every night. I don't know if it was a date-orientated occurrence, but we could certainly try and have a look in there. Obviously, it's a working business, and we don't want to put the owners out of any funds, really. So we would never ask them to keep it empty if there was a chance of them bringing in some business. So it's literally hit and miss whether or not that room's going to be free on the night. And obviously we've got to take into account the people staying in the adjoining rooms. Anyway, back to point. I was also told about the sounds of heavy horse hooves, kind of, I don't know, it's racing, hunting. There's a strong indication of it being a hunting community. So I'm inclined to believe that if it is that these horse hooves are heard, then it might be in relation to some form of hunt. Also, I've been told that we have access to everywhere. I'm certainly looking forward to going in there. I feel like a child. I'm really, really excited. There's only me, Andy and Jay that have seen this premises because we were requested to go by the landlord to have a chat before he said that we can go. And he's a lovely gentleman. He's a lovely man, and he's offered us access all areas, which is great. And also he's given us our first real residency, or official residency. So if he wants to do anything of a paranormal nature, then he will call on us to kind of help and advise. I'm really, really really excited. I can't wait for the team members to see this one. I can only describe it as I feel like a kid, and I feel like, oh, it's nearly, you know, despite the fact that it is nearly Christmas, I feel like I'm a kid near Christmas and you're getting all excited. I'm hoping it won't be a letdown because we've kind of built it up a little bit. But yeah, it's got a strange feel to it, and it's got lots of varying accounts, and I can't wait to look into every single one of them. So I hope that you join us. I hope that it isn't a flop, really, and you follow us in this of our latest investigations on Friday. So yeah, I'm packed. This is how excited I am. I'm packed and ready to go already, borrowing from my camera. So yeah, with the new Kinex equipment that Matt's provided the team with, I'm really hoping that will prove useful again, and we might even, if we don't get to see the full apparition, we might at least get some indication through the Kinex equipment. So yeah, that's it really. Sorry that I've waffled on again, but yeah, please rate, like and subscribe, and pass us along to your friends and family, and help us gain more interest, so we can get into the bigger and better places. Thank you.